Throughout the generation, romance has been a thing ever since the beginning of the world. And these two are an expert at it, even when it comes to impressing them. Like Scott Pilgrim, the rockstar heavy metal romance love breaker. And Parappa the rapper, the cry for love rapper. Which one of these romance protagonists will impress their girlfriend? I'm Jade Sonic, and it's my job to analyze their stats, weapons, and abilities to find out who will determine their legendary mission. If you haven't heard a preview about Scott Pilgrim, go check out Scott Pilgrim vs. the Hulk. And if you haven't heard a preview about Parappa, go check out a preview of Parappa the Rapper vs. Pink Sheep, which was located in Season 2. Well, let's just get straight on to the fight. We'll catch your votes in view because it's time to see who will determine their legendary romance mission.
Fight on!
Well, looks like we found a romance winner. And somehow he took the win, so yeah. So it might say it might maybe. So our winner is Scott Pilgrim, and this fight was actually pretty close if it actually came to needed. Now both Parappa and Scott Pilgrim did have what it takes to impress their girlfriends and live happily ever after at the end of their stories. But when it came down to the more happier ending and with the more awesome ending, Scott Pilgrim does actually take the fair advantage. Now this fight wasn't about who was better. This fight wasn't about who is better. It was about who is more capable of doing things on their own. Now, and who is more romanceable, and who is more skilled. Now, when it came to the more romanceable, Scott Pilgrim did actually take the lead. And now for the more skilled, I gotta give the skill to Parappa, but with the power of I wish that I could get the skill point to Parappa, but as the power of love and the power of self-respect says, the Scott Pilgrim does actually take the skill and the advantage point. Now that does give him actually a clear win on things that never usually took a need. Now, Parappa was actually skilled, but now let me just get PlayStation All-Stars out of the way. When a character appears outside their own game, it's called a crossover, which, if that was actually the real Parappa the Rapper, he wouldn't have those All-Star moves. Now, if that was Parappa the Rapper, he would actually still have his rap and gangsting things. And plus that wasn't Parappa, because if that was, then why would he have a flying fiery skateboard in the first place? And that can actually be more comprehensible. There, you happy now? God, you guys are gonna be really mad at me. And if Parappa would have stayed so, he couldn't have defeated Polygon Man on his own. Every other character in PlayStation All-Stars has utterly defeated the Polygon Man. So it's not just Parappa who did that. Not on his own anyways. Now, Parappa was skilled and tough, but Scott was more capable, more stronger, and more romantical than the other and least. Looks like Scott threw Parappa off the Pilgrim. You know what? Yeah, I'll stop. Our winner is Scott Pilgrim.